Усім привіт! З вами Реворн. Продовжуємо проходити Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Я щось не пам'ятаю, де я зупинився. А, це купальня, це я понял. Так. А чо тут? А, мы уже отпиздили у тех типов, все, я понял. Так, а что у меня по энергии? Сытость, энергия. Ну, все нормально. По идее. Блять. Все одно бажано поспать. Ой, я прям тут можу поспать.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Так, окей. А меч не спавняться, я так понял, его и не буде. Ну да. Ну и ладно. Оно и прикольно. Так, ладно, потрібно поспати. Бажано, мабуть, до 8.
At your service, sir.
Так.
Sorry.
Зараз пробіжимося, продадим там залишок, що у мене було. Якщо у цих продавців заспавнились гроші. Якщо нема, то хуйово. Бля, пиздец. Це стральники, конечно, котрі на вулицю виходять, це пиздец. Та блять, не пий ти. Прибрав факел чи ні? Все, прибрав. Так.
Guten Tag, mein Freund.
Здорово.
Herein.
Чини. У нього гроші є. Заєбумба. Так, це сюди. Блять, ну це перебор, да?
I'd like to discuss.
Давай. Все, що є.
Gefällt to you, good sir?
Заєбумба. Мерсі. В тебе що? Очі, ухо. 400 у нього. Нормально. Думаю, вистачить. Окей. Це щось хуйня якась. Да, мені не вкатує взагалі. Продать. Єбать. Ні, ну, типа, можна залишить. Виглядає прикольно. Насправді то. Ну, типа, як унікальна річ. Так, і оце, да? Все нормально. З тебе вистачить. Блять.
Satisfied.
You what? Yeah, finally.
What you're
файно.
looking for?
Так, окей, що в мене залишилось на продаж? Б-п-п-п-п-п-п-п-п. Да, блядь, будинка не вистачає тут вообще пиздец. Там, де б я мог скинуть, там, типа, знаєте, повішать там, наприклад, лати для украшення, там, типа, мечі, от, наприклад, як відьмаки. Було б прикольно. Ну, а так, увы. Хуйов мені в тачку. Так, окей. Там ще один є, да? Ні, там декілька. Тут, по-моєму, нікого. Я знаю де.
I am at your service.
Так, ну тобі можна зброю продати, да?
Was wünschst
What do
Та,
Wie
блядь.
schade, mein Herr.
Ну ладно, тоді можна зробити так. Що я один хуй скинув. Купіть. Так, оце. І це.
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Цікаво, оці щити можна взяти?
You've no business here.
Я
Clear up.
понял. Та все, я подивився тільки твої товари. А так ти відносишся до своїх клієнтів, да? Це що? Ілля художника. Шорника.
You can't be here.
Та ти задовбав. Ні, що, ще ти не можна подивитися? А у нього є якесь таке цікаво, унікальне? Во, оце щось цікаве, що це? Хоча таке собі теж дам. Так, все, нахер. Так, вот тут один.
Willkommen. Ich bin gleich bei dir.
Що, я в вікно побачив? Купити. А це хто? Оружейник, значит тебе оружие. Да ну нахуй.
Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
Запам'ятається. Купить. Ти що, купиш? Скільки в тебе? Понятно. Конечно, блядь. Бачив цей товар? Це якось ЧСВшно, блядь, прозвучало, да? Я сам раніше, блядь, з нуля починав. Я, блядь, як до бомжа відносився. Так, ладно. То таке. Тут ножі.
Worried about the
Скільки в тебе грошей? 950?
less.
Менше?
Fine. Thank you, sir. And come again.
Окей. І... Зачекаю. Отут хтось є, да? В тебе що? Чому здається, у нього взагалі херня з ним немає сенсу. Скільки грошей у нього? 490. Ні, дружок, не потянеш. Вибач, ну так воно і є. Хоча грошей не вистачить. Тут мені запропонують більш
I'm at your service, sir.
хорошу ціну, правильно ж? Да? Дорогой? Тримай. І що, продав вже? Блядь. Ні, ладно.
Word about the...
Скільки в тебе грошей, скажи? Поняв?
That's sehr gut. I can agree.
Так, а що у нього за прикид? Ні, у мене поярче. Він просто кольори такі подобаються. Прикольно виглядає, а так? Взагалі. Все good. Так, ну тепер можна і в подорож, юпта. У мене, по-моєму, завдання які з'являлось. Ні? Да, отут. Якраз біля цього. Кстати, от він казав до кузнеця зайти. Блять. Де це кузнець? Мертвая лошадь.
What is it, Mutt?
Що в неї такого цікавого? Ніхуя. Хіба тільки м'ясо, но м'ясо мені нахуй не в'їбали. Правильно? Він казав там якийсь кузнець, я пам'ятаю, квест виконував, він казав там охуєнний якийсь кузнець. Ну, я, в принципі, по-моєму, не помічав, і діалогів ніяких не помічав. Ну і ладно.
You're
Так,
always
окей.
welcome here, noble.
How goes it, innkeep?
Shitty. Absolutely shitty, just so you know. Exactly same shit as yesterday. And I can't wait to see how shitty it's gonna be tomorrow.
What happened?
Ugh. A pack of filth has taken a liking to my tavern. They come in here like they own the place. Make a mess and steal. They hold nothing sacred. The poor women have to lock themselves away. They're godless swine.
Так.
And the guards do nothing about it.
Phew. Without orders, they won't do a thing. And Lord Buresh, who pulls the strings round here, may be a good customer, but won't lift a finger as the year is long.
Then how many of them are there? Maybe I could help you get rid of them. For a few groschen.
Lad, you'd need a company of pikemen for that. There's only 6 or 7 that come in here. But I hear they have a camp in the woods. And who knows how many of them are there?
So a large band.
A band of brutes, led by a fella they call Eggman. And he's a right brute. Former soldier, they say.
Так.
I'll take care of that riffraff.
By yourself? What are you gonna do?
These bands usually don't last long without a leader. I suspect if I get rid of Eggman, the others will leave you be.
Damn it, lad. You certainly have some courage. Taking them on alone, but if you managed, it would help me greatly.
You said something about a camp where they hide. Do you know where it is?
Yeah. They're always yelling at me to go and get them there, if I've got the balls. You must go northwest from the village, across a stream and then around the big yard where the smelters are. A bit further, still in the same direction, there's a little woods in the middle of a meadow. That's where those bastards hide.
Hold on. I know that camp.
Really?
And there used to be an odd group there. Also bandits, led by a fellow with an arrow in his head. But they're long gone. Your Eggman must have occupied it after them.
Well, excellent. then you know where to go. But there's still one more thing. I got myself a little potion. I wanted to pour it into their drinks. Next time those swine show themselves. You know what I mean, right? To get rid of them. Maybe you'll find it handy.
Fine. I'll take it. Anything else?
Yeah. Once you take care of Eggman, bring me some proof. Not that I don't trust you, just so I can sleep calmly at night.
Fear not. I'm thorough at my work. And what kind of proof do you have in mind?
I'll leave that up to you. You'll certainly think of something. Just don't bring me any cut-off ears. Got it? So, good luck, and be careful.
Ці дурачки. Так. Іди сюди. Що, поїхали на завдання? Мой вірний конь. Эти пылахи вообще, ну, они не небезпечні. Я думаю, можно и в принципе в лагерь зайти, блять, и им пизды дать. Опа, сейчас, секунду, потрібно контроллер змінити. Так. По идее, все.
Whoa, whoa.
Так.
I had a bloody strange dream last night.
Turn around right now and get
Nobody's gonna miss him.
Right, I'm going. Calm down.
But what's you gonna be? I told you to get out of here, so leave. I got him. No more fucking around.
Де?
He's shaking in your britches, lad.
Forget where you were going.
А де їх, блядь, босс? Та ви заїбали, ну. Я вас всіх переріжу, блядь, будете ще раз так виєбувати. Все, он підкреслюється, я понял. Ну, блядь, в себя повірила. Де?
That's enough. You're getting a thrashing.
Да ёб твою, блядь. Ух ты, блядь. Походу, я могу и не справиться, блядь.
Get away with that, bastard! We're going to gut you horseman!
А звідки у них такі доспехи, блядь, и мечи, ёб твою? Можно и пизды получить.
You're a dead man. You know that?
Try me?
Чё я не могу, блядь, на інших переключиться?
I'll rip your ass open!
No trouble. I've been waiting for you.
Fucking die already!
Нихуя себе. Все, мы походу пизда, блядь.
Peachy! We're going to gut you!
Вони якісь.
Show your stuff!
Чудом сильным оказались. Пизда. Фу, ебать. Це пиздец. Так. Ну, блядь. Цікаво. Я з ними міг поговорити чи ні? Хоча вони вообще охуєлі. З хуйов з ними розмовляти, правильно ж? Зато мені лута дали. Так. Що взагалі по луту? Хуя себе, лянь. Просто диви на нього, блядь. Обычная игральная кость. Кстати, давай заберу. Шляпу его забрать. Вяленый окунь. Так, ладно. Я им помогал, я их и захуярил. Ну, як кажуть, самі виноваты. Самі собі могилу викопали. О, що за меч? Дуэльный меч, конечно же, блин. Блять, мечи у них, конечно, сказка, блять. Я хуй знаю, де вони такі взяли. В тебе що? Так, давай я їх буду до кучі кидати. Так, в тебе що? Голова сотника. Так, тут що у нас? Тут, по-моему, я підібрав. Блять, ну ты не гавкай. Во. Ще одна голова сотника. В тебе що? Так. Сука, не бачу ніхуя. А, ось. Блять, обычно было нахуй я ее перебрал. Так, тут что у нас? Тут нихуя, я понял. Так, тут что? Я его облутал, да? Хуесосы, а чё они на меня заарились? Я ж, по-моему, без меча... А, может, я с мечом зашел. Ну, похуй. Разбойник, разбойник. Разбойник збій з ног. Ну і кликуха в тебе. Що, більше ніхуя нема? О, ти хуйово, що тут підпалювати не можна. Наприклад, в тому же самому Асасіні, котрий вийшов хуй знає куди, коли Assassin's Creed Valhalla, можна було факели кидати там. Тут же стільки халуп, котрі ж можна було підпалити. Ні, типа, ну, воно б додало би просто до цієї атмосфери. Так, від крові я умиватися не буду. Де їх стріла цікаво? Чомусь здається, якщо б я йому в лоб засадив би, вони б не грабували. Шнапс. Жестяная тарелка. Ніхуя цікавого більше нема. Крашеная булава. No. Ну, нічого страшного. Що не трапляється, все к лучшому. Бем. Набор броника. Набор кузнеца. Бем. Набор портного. Шапку не буду його лагодити. Бем. Сапожника. Бем. В принципі, как бы все. А чо я? Різко цей. Чё я різко стал, блядь, без крови? Бля, куди вона стрелу цю діла? Шапка придворного. Хуй знает. Походу на цьому все. Так. Цікаво, я міг поговорити чи ні? Ну, в принципі, все. Блять, я з факелом цим їбучим.
You silly doggy.
Так.
So I was in Eggman's camp.
Damn! I'm glad you're still alive. Was it bad there? What about Eggman?
You need not fear him any longer. He's taken care of. I brought you his hat, so you'll believe me.
Fuck's sake! That's Eggman's pilgrim hat!
He was a pilgrim.
Bollocks! He was a murderer, but that band of his caught a pilgrim. They forced him to walk around the camp until he collapsed from exhaustion. Just like that. For entertainment. Can you believe it? Then Eggman stole his hat.
Damn. Well, now it's yours.
Thanks. I'll wear it in honor of that poor, tormented fellow.
Так.
Today's a scorcher.
Блять.
Now about holding a mass for that pilgrim. If he suffered so much on this earth, you could help him on his way to God, right?
That's a very good idea. Thanks, friend. Here's your reward. You deserved it. And may God be with you.
Блять. Ну що зробити? Дерьмо случається. Справу виконав. Іди сюди. Поїхав. А тут є торговець, звичайно?
Quick!
Ну і ладно. О, тут кузнець є. Я і забув. Дружок. Купить не хочеш? Так, що ж тобі продать, блядь? Давай дві такі дубінки.
I was glad to be of help, sir.
Ну да. А що це за місце? І ніяк не можна потрапити. Ну окей.
Go! Go! Quick!
Це тут був цей, як його, проход в ад, чи в іншому місті? Ну, типу, в ту підземну шахту. Я, бляха, просто не пам'ятаю. Щось тут дохуя цих. Кстати, до кузнеця можна зайти.
If he says it's all right, I'll be happy to help you, friend.
Во.
To see you!
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Кузнець. Ти не хочеш поторгуватися?
But I can make sure he knows how you run the place. That's the fifth yucca who got scrushed in here.
This is so jiggery-pokery.
Be quiet. And now clear off. You have no business here.
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argento.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
that's why I'm here. I'll help you with your investigation.
Excellent. You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game, but hopefully I don't need to tell you that.
Lord Ruthard mentioned something of the sort.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
Так.
My real father is a nobleman. He oversaw the royal mines in Skalitz.
You don't say. You're the son of Radzig Kobula.
You know him?
Not personally. But I'm well informed about the silver mines in the kingdom, and their overseers. What happened in Skalitz was a great tragedy for the entire kingdom. It was one of the highest yielding mines. How much did your father tell you about its operation?
Hardly anything, actually.
Oh? Well, never mind. We can fix that. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Так. Так, якщо я тут по-діловому, потрібно і одягнутися по-діловому, да? Правильно? Мы ж, бляха, ділові люди, ёпта. Блять, ну конь виглядає вообще просто охуєнно. От знаєте, що нагадує? Із Відьмака... Де цей тип? Із Відьмака... Як вона називається? Ладно. Потім. Ні, зараз докажу. Бля... Доскажу. Як вона називається? Оці чорних називали, блядь. Це така, типа... Блядь, на Н, по-моєму, якось називали. Нільфгард, во! Во, їх чорними називали. У них ще були цей доспи чорні, короче, стиль. От це тупо стиль Нільфгарда, отвечаю.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. I mean, mined out.
Так.
Won't they be suspicious if I ask those kind of questions?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the utmost caution. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like, calling each other Sonny, however old they are. Or... But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining. Or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
Окей. Прикинусь багатим шляхтичем. Блять. Ученым чи шляхтичем? Давай шляхтичем.
I'll behave like a true nobleman.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mine. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you gonna do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
Окей.
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining, so he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergeld. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
Окей.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Окей.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offense, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
Окей.
Who checks the royal share?
The royal mint master and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded, starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Окей.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects. And these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Так.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the royal mint master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
Окей.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the...
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
Окей.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then they deduct the royal tithe and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
Окей.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom. But King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Ну, в принципі, все. О,
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Suchdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
окей. Окей. Ага. Ага. А, це під землею. Чи ні? Да, під землею.
Good day. Greetings to you.
Так, мені сюди.
Good. I'm sorry.
Чо, блядь, не так щось? Не понял, а це що? Ну ладно. Цікаво, а можна тут воровать? Так, давайте духами попшикаемся. Как полагается паныча. Блять, щось меня понесло, да? Зловонные духи. Сильный лев. Слабый лев. У меня 6 штук, нихуя себе. Требно юзать. Так, окей.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. My name is Henry of Skalitz. Our family rented a mine, so I came to gain experience.
A nobleman in the pit? I'll be damned. But you can't just amble around. You'll cap your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we gav, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
Так.
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakka graft, kid ya? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
Так.
Jesus Christ be praised. Greetings to you too.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally. and you can get back in by.
Так.
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfing pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Nobleman or not, you don't need to know that.
Так. Не смей спеть.
Spill it, or I'll kick your arse. I want to know how many corves you mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla. I won't ask again.
All right, easy, Mara. We're not gonna scrap in the mound, are we? I'll tell you, it was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got a lot of graft ahead of us. Farewell, sir.
А він записує кудись? Друг, блядь, я забуду. 3 дюжины, да? Тридцать 36 корзины руды. Окей. Я духішно змию. Так, но мені туди. Да, ёбнуться. Життя шахтера це пиздец. Це пекло. О, рудокоп.
Where can I find your foreman, Paul?
What you doing here, kidder? Who let you in, bay?
I've got a letter of safe conduct from Christian of Pisek. I'm a nobleman, and I'd like to learn more about mining silver.
My apologies, sir. Just mind you don't come a cropper.
I just need to ask your foreman a few things.
Our gaffer's gone down there to pray. I don't know if he'd be up for talking, but...
Why wouldn't he be in the mood for talking?
Young jaybird, one of our marras, got scrushed the other day. He hadn't even had a full week on the graft, poor lad. It happened the day before the Feast of St. Petronilla. You'll find Paul at the lowest level by the roof fall. He's praying for the salvation of his soul. You'll hear the wind howling in the adit down there. It can be heard as far as that cursed road. I hear it's haunted. Don't fret, but St. Barbara look out for you. Take care.
Окей. Мені типу сюди, да? Так, ну по идее, да, мені сюди. Чи мені спуститися потрібно було? А тут що? Ніхуя. Ніхуя не викупаю. Де це я зараз? А, от тут я повинен був спуститися, я понял. Все, я понял. А тут що? Ну да, він по ідеї десь тут. Ось він.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a nobleman, and I'm interested in the operation of the mines. I hate to interrupt your prayers for a dead friend, but I need to ask you something.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, I can't forgive myself.
Так. Ти не виноват.
Come on, it wasn't your fault. Accidents happen. It's God's will.
I suppose you're right. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Так.
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper, tin,
Almighty and
iron,
merciful God,
all
our
ores
Father,
and metals.
you are the
I
giver
ask
of
that you
gold,
bless me brother who
silver,
has died in this
bronze,
mine,
copper,
and may your holy
tin,
angels save
iron,
his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and
Bring his
metals.
soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through our
brother,
Lord,
who has
our
died in
Saviour
this
and
mine.
Redeemer, Jesus
And may your
Christ.
holy angels save his soul from
The angel of the
damnation.
Lord declares
Bring his
to
soul
Mary,
to eternal
she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord,
Hail
our
Mary.
Saviour and
Mary
Redeemer,
said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid of
Amen.
the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us.
Ну давай.
Are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask a boot out.
Так.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about hewing the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even D you in.
Так.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye, but every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakka or two a month, you know. That's life like.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many cores did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know.
З ним було простіше. Так, і залишився, по-моєму, один. Я взагалі не розумію, чого вони на мене ніяк не реагують, типу, в плані, вони, блядь, приймають мене за якогось, типа, раба, блін. Ну, як сказати, це погане слово? Як сказати, вони мене приймають якось, ну, типа, за блядь. За робочого. Вот, за чайного робочого. Якщо у мене одяг, блядь, ну, шляхтича. Ну, в натурі, блядь, Генрі Інждріх. Взагалі, типа, не по масті одягнений. Хоча він наполовину шляхтич, я не знаю, це рахується, не рахується. Хуй знає.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
Так, окей. Да, життя в них паскудне. Хоча це боти, їм похую, от, в реальному житті. Да. Професія паскудна. Можешь и помереть. Так, давай помолимся, кстати. Ой, я якраз поки що відійду. А, хуйов мені в тачку, я молиться тут не можу. Чого такого нема? Нема. А ну зачекай, бля. Ну я одягнений дуже по-елітному, прям, ну.
Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. My family runs mines, so I came here to gain experience.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
Ну... Ладно, давай
All right,
сыграем.
let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
Да. Навіть не уявляєш, з ким ти. Аля, Люци. Афера, блядь, не можу знайти, сука. Так, королевська оце. І... Оця, да? По-моєму, так, да?
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time.
Перший раз. Прямо в глаз. Сука. Ну давай отак от. Сподіваюсь, ти... Сучара з першого разу не виграєш? Якого хуя, блядь? Чему, блядь, ему падает, сука? Ну что это за хуйня? Провал, блядь. Фу. Я уже думал, пизда мені. У мене, блядь, просто як завжди, блядь. Сука. Я тут, блядь, блядь, цю хуйню колекціоную. У них з першого разу все випадає. Так. Сучаро, та, блядь. Две единички, да? Шо, была не была? Единичка, да? Блять! Голова черта, сука.
At your service, sir.
That's enough. Your turn.
Пиздец, блядь. Іноді так заёбует оця хуйня, блядь, то що у них.
You're in a foul temper today, aren't you?
For fuck's sake.
Пиздец, глянь.
Bloody war's all we need. Our fields are ravaged, our barns are empty, all our ale's gone.
Вообще хуйня, ну як таке може бути?
Aye, and Sigismund's lounging about in the monastery, shagging the nuns while we suffer.
That's impossible.
Not only is it possible, it's happening.
No, I mean the bit about shagging the nuns.
Давай ще раз
Said
кину.
lets his monks only.
Wait.
П'ятірка, да? Четвірка, блядь. Та йди ти нахер.
No, that's not what I meant at all.
That fucking sodomy.
Now
Ладно,
I
я
can die
поки
in peace. I've
піду
truly
пасу.
seen everything. Money,
Great game, Sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
Сука, петушара виграв, блядь.
What is the work of a miner about? Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaking. Any yakker will tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kit. Some a swarry. Some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit. Or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
Так.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 cords without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
If you need out else, feel free to drop by.
Заебумба. Хуёво, что програл. Ну ладно. Якщо навіть гроші проїбав, нічого страшного. Я ж можу похорон? Украсть еду, заебись.
I already know how many corvs the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
Я вычетную книгу.
I guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corvs extracted. That means 10 corvs of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corvs must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
Так.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him, but we know too little so far. You need to talk to Fett and Herman first. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Блять, знову з ними розмовляти? А той під землею, я понял. Ну давай оцього, типа. О, оцього, да?
A word, Foreman.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I'm Henry. But that's not important. So Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shot all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
You're the one counting the cords of ore.
Your point being?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 cords on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they're just exaggerating. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
We both know something stinks about this. But you're lucky. So Christian says if you tell us everything, no one except us will know.
I've nothing to say to you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get hurt, you should start talking. By keeping silent, you're just begging to get some bones broken. And be disgraced, because the truth will come out anyway.
Well, calm down a little. We don't have to fight. I'll tell you everything. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Gund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Gund, and he told me how it all works. how to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore and transport it secretly to the smelters along with the rest. He made it very clear if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Huh.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was really terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk, but I don't think it was an accident.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Do you think the Mint Master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The Mint Master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
Окей. Мені сюди йти, типа, чи що?
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 cores of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Так.
Or someone is writing down false numbers and hiding 10 cores.
I do not write anything in the book myself. Foreman Fett counts the corves here. Go and talk to him instead.
Bit too late for that. He confessed to everything.
Ah, so you know it is not my fault. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
Так.
How long has this been going on?
Several months. Maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret, so just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
Хуёво. Особо ніхуя такого не дізналася. Насправді то. А що в сундуке? ніхуя цікаво. Понял. Щось не виходить ніхуя. Чого, а де він? Він тут?
Careful!
Да, він тут. Що читаєш? Нема нічого тут цікавого в тебе. Йому нічого зробити не можна. Ну і ладно.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around, and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
I've already passed myself off as a nobleman here, so it won't be new to me.
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
Так.
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon you can imagine what those look like. If you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure he can sell you something nice. If you're charismatic enough, Buresh is sure to believe your intentions are good. And make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go and see him looking like some dung-soiled peasant.
Okay.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
Okay.
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Here, I've written you a letter of introduction to take with you and give to Buresh. I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast of Saint Petronella. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
Окей. Що тут коїться, блядь? Там хтось щось ламає. Так. Сходити до портного, да? Що це таке? Следовать плавильно. Ага. Ну, в принципе, мне броник снять. Так, мені потрібно знайти ближайшу купальню. Вона, мабуть, в лагері Сігузмунда. О, ні, знайшов. Ще супер, і там переночувати можна вообще заїбумба.
At your service, sir.
О, так це моя база, ёпта.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer.
Так, потрібно поспати, да? Ой, зачекай, я ж можу продати, може, кузнецу. Чи вже пізно? Да, пожалуй, пізно. Ладно, піду посплю. Заодно потрібно одяг скинути. Випить. Так, окей. Ага, ага. Давай. Нехай ці приколи будуть. Ага. Так, і візьмемо мою цю штучку. Ішвана Вантота. Так, окей, це ми зняли. Тепер потрібно зняти бронь. Да. Меч. Кинжал. Ну, типу, в принципі, все. Що, спим? Сейвимося. Зачекай, може у мене цей скіли якісь є. Так, ігрок. Ні. Все по-старому. Заснуть. Бля, потрібно було одяг подивитися. Сапожки хочу якісь круті. Да, тут хуйова гора, блядь. того, що потрібно продати. Мені сапоги потрібні, да? От, башмаки придворного. Майстера ловчого дорожче коштує. Так, ну окей. Так, потрібно подлататися. Бля, как будто на свиданку якусь іду. Портного не потрібно, вообще супер. Так, окей.
God bless you, sir.
Де стірка?
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Нихуя себе, ты меня, блядь, чуть в речку не столкнула, блядь, и еще каже. Дивись, куди йдеш наступного разу. Аптекарь. Поки не потребую. Де ваша? Де ваша бос? Тю, блядь. Куда ця тетка девать? Уже как бы пора на работу, правильно ж? Ось вона.
Greetings, sir. What would you
Hello.
like? Set?
I could use the
Отдрай
gold.
меня. Постирай так, що ми...
I'll gladly pay you.
Давай, давай. Му.
My God, that was really something. You'd better warn me next time.
Пока.
I'm not much of a swimmer.
Так, тепер берем. Призываем моего верного коня. Что тут робишь? О, он мне колбасу пропонував.
You told me to come back for sausages. So here I am.
Yes, yes. They wait for you.
I can hardly wait.
They won't wait. Here. You taste and you will be in heaven. My secret recipe. 6 kind of spice.
Thanks.
No problem. You enjoy. You want more? I make. But you must bring me meat. Game is best. But dog, alright too. Only tough and taste this week. Need a lot of...
So I can bring you almost anything and you can make sausages out of it?
From anybody. But don't bring me no old stuff or stinky stuff. That bad, bad, bad.
Okay.
I've got some meat that would be good for sausage.
Hey? Well...
Sorry.
Бля, прикольно. Ковбаса Яноша. Бэм.
This may be cured Daniel's hangover.
А ну,
Here you go. Take it.
зацени. Так, потрібно ж випити від цього. Від голода. Трезвяк, петушок. Ось, желудочне снадоб'я. Так, що, поїхали. Нам типу сюди. Так, і де цей тіпус?
May God give you help, sir.
Духи давай. Блять, оно тут. Бомба.
Greetings, Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Skalitz.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skalitz, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
Так. Так.
Sitting here.
I'd still be interested in buying one. Perhaps I could change your mind.
I doubt it. I'd be a fool to give up a profitable business. But if you like, you can visit one of my operations. I'll allow you that much. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
Okay.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
How many corves of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a harivna of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 harivnas of pure silver per day.
Uh-huh.
Can any silver go missing from here?
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Every step is counted and checked. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's cast into bars, we keep them safe under lock and key.
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horsham, of all places?
Так. Та-та-та-та-та. Я там бывал.
I visited the mine there. They told me that it extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
Okay.
God be with you, Goodman.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permission. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. Smelters are dangerous places. See you later.
Окей. Блять, ну це тупо, що воно розтягнулося по усій карті, блять. Ну куди ж? Мені ж по ідеї сюди потрібно, правильно ж? Невже тут теж щось розбросано? А я можу тут у людей поспитувати?
God bless you, sir.
Блять, ти що, мене вже не пам'ятаєш? Пиздец, порозпитував. Так, окей. Хуяк тут уже стражи нема. Плавильщик. Лошади. Да, поки що нічого цікавого. Паутина. Давай ты швидко, ёпта. Ніхуя. Так, людей сенсу, я думаю, нема питати. А от тут обшариться було б непогано. Ось плавільня. Я хуй знає, що шукати тут. Блять, умыться. Конечно же, умыться потрібно. Кудись зайти можна? По ідеї, мені потрібно зайти йому до нього в офіс. Тобі ж кудись сюди. $90. Да, вон серебра хуева туча. Тут що у нас? Кінцова пуля. Ніхуя цікавого. Тут що? Я, блядь, як ревізор, пиздец. Поки ніхуя цікавого. ніхуя. Теж ніхуя. Не, ну ладно, тут кімната робочих. А отут, походу, когось цікавого. Кстати, у цього хера можна було побокрасти. Вообще нихуя. Шо, блять, мені шукать? Сука. По сторонам дивитися, блядь. Тут уже, блядь. Ну ладно, це може не загальна халупа. Серебро. Мешок гвоздей, блядь. Пиздец. А, может там написано? Найти доказательства. Всего лишь.
Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here. Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here.
Так, окей. Тільки що було щось.
Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here. Oh, it's bloody hot. And it stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here.
Окей, тут щось може. Ні? Сука.
So this is how they crush ore in bulk. Corf here, corf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange. So this is how they crush ore in bulk. Corf here, corf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange.
Крім дерьма тут ніхуя нема. Окей. Тут що? Повільник Шима. Во. Ну ладно.
Could I? Shima.
What?
My name's Shima. You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'd like to ask you something.
I can't talk right now. Meet me outside in a while. Now you'd better get out of here before the guards see you.
О.
You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
О, Ляні, я і тут не був.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings, Master Guard.
А тут що? Не можу. Серйозно, я шукав у цього типа? Куда мені йти, блядь? Чё оно одразу хуяк и перебилось, блядь? Сюди, что ли? Ебать, ты круголя дал, я ебало валю.
Well, can you talk now?
Who are you, fella?
Так.
I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. Why are you here, Henry?
I'm interested in the operations of the smelter.
What would you like to know?
What does your job entail?
Here in the smelter, the extracted ore turns into pure silver right under our hands. Bloody miracle, right? Horse shit. It's an awful, filthy fucking graft for a few miserable groschen. If I could, I'd fuck off somewhere over the hills. But I've a family, and they don't ask me what I really want.
Опа.
How do you like working in the smelter?
It's a shitty fucking job. My back aches something awful from shoveling heaps of ore back and forth. You're always breathing stive from the furnace, and then you cough your soul out after the shift is over. We'll all be crippled wrecks in a few years. That's how it is.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
Listen, all folks like him care about is lining their purses. They don't care if we break our backs because of it. On the other hand, I don't think it's any better anywhere else.
What happens to the silver from the smelting works?
The bars are kept under lock and key in a safe place until a merchant or the blokes from the mint come and get them. Only the owner of the smelter and a handful of select people have access to them, such as the foreman of the works, who checks the purity.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed anything suspicious at the works?
What do you mean?
Does any silver go missing from here, by any chance?
Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
Так.
Look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an expert investigation. Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, they're hurting more than just the king. Especially you, the grafters, the yackers and smelters. And that pisses me off, because I'm actually one of you.
Right. I reckon you could be. Listen up, then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful, and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you.
Окей. Заебумба. Хуёво, что я ему сказал, блядь, что я один из них. Я как бы такого не планувал. Нахуй он так и сказал. Чё, уебался, что ли? Я тут еще не заходил. Это теремок для стражи, я так понял, да? Сучара. Ну, блядь, ну ладно. З ким мені поговорити? З якимось хуйом? А, котрий конюшню купив. Все, я понял. Де цей хуй? Ніхуя. А, ну ладно. Я думав, може заряджений якийсь. Так, що тут у нас? Ніхуя цікавого. Ну, думаю, тут теж. Так, окей. Плавильщик. Тут что у нас? Нихуя себе, у него тут затарено все. На нього в останню чергу підемо. Серйозно, блядь? Тільки сушилка? Він тут же живе, да? Блядь, тут хтось є? А, мені сюди не можна. Все, я понял, мені сюди потрібно. Так. Хуя там людей, блядь.
You're always welcome here. Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time.
Нихуя себе.
Investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down.
Так.
Let's do it then. You'll all die. You'll be crying in pain.
I reckon someone else will be crying here. Get him!
Пизда.
For an ass kicking, you piece of shit! Ah! Bleeding, are you?
Пиздец.
Show your stuff!
Пизда мені надо.
No chance!
Блять. Що мені, сука, робити? О, він хоча б не убіжав. Можна його якось удушити. Так. Та ви охуєли, блядь. Черти ебучие. Так, все, пизда нахуй. О, ніхуя. Що розумієте, от зараз я умираю, блядь. И воскрешаюсь еще сильнее, блядь. Сука, с броником, блядь, и мечом. Типы. И зараз вы, сука, просто вот так головы будут ваши відлітать нахуй. Уёбки. Так, окей. Значить, знають вони про мене, да? А в мене з ним розмова закінчилась, да? по-моєму, на цьому все. Все, я понял. Хи-хи-хи-хи-хи. Сука, нихуя себе, блядь. Типы прознали про меня. Ничего страшного, як кажуть, да? Я б ще міг бути фул армори, блядь, вообще пізда. Ну, це вже не цікаво. Що, дружок? Готов вмирати?
Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Okay.
Let's do it then. You'll all die. I don't care how many of you there are. I'll hack you to pieces. And my dog will finally get a proper meal.
Whoa, a tough nut. Where are you going, cowards? You're mine.
Серйозно?
Hey! Ah! Ah!
Диви прикол. Як він швидко вмер. О, оце я забираю, це теж забираю, це забираю. І це забираю. Що за колотушка? Що таке?
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Так.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the king's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
Aren't you ashamed to steal from the king?
And which king did I steal from exactly? Wenceslas or Sigismund? I didn't care, man. I earned some nice chink.
Пардончик із Кузьма. Вибачаюсь.
And that was that for me.
Так.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Bordesh has a secret mint in one of them.
Так.
They counterfeit coins in there.
I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Bordesh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Так.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
Ну да.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
Так. Это тебя не касается.
That's none of your business.
I see. I won't pry. Now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to, you know, but I was just scared is all. Please let me go. Please. Stables be damned. Just let me go.
Так. Блять. А шо он заплатит? Я с трупа подниму просто.
You deserve to die.
No. Please. No. I'll repent. I swear. I'll give money to the Church of St. Barbara. Anything.
Так.
I'm quite sure you have coin. So pay up and you'll be free.
Here, take it all. Thank you. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make it up to you. I swear, you're a good, merciful man. God be with you.
А не наживу я собі врага. Так, карта. Заебись, блядь, из-за цього капюшона. Де ти, блядь? Мій вірний конь.
Go! Go! Die! Die! Quick!
Так, ті писаки. Блять, я сподіваюся, що він нікому не розкаже.
Quick!
Бо це буде піздець. Так. Я так полагаю, десь тут повинен бути. Цей. Десь тут повинен бути дира в стіні.
Quick!
хто такий?
You can't just stroll around here without so much as a by your leave.
Зачекай.
Right now.
Зачекай. Сдурел, что ли? А чё ты один тут?
Off you go. You see, it didn't even hurt.
Да все, я пишу. Так, аккуратненько, чтоб твої доспи не повредить, правильно ж? Потрібно все робити акуратно. Так, і щоб зайвого не брав у голову. Помри. Ну ось, по ідеї. Там, я думаю, його не знайдуть, да? От сука. О! Там хуйня якась. Секунду, потрібно відійти. Дивно, що, блядь, всього лиш один стояв наверху. Так, ну що, погнало? Бля, пиздец. Вот і де вони можуть чеканить? Ніхуя такого нема. Вроде ні. Якось дивно. І ще причому один чел був. О, лянь, ще один.
You can't be here. What?
Та окей.
In here and with a weapon? What kind of...
Та все. Я пишу. Це як завжди, в самий неподходящий момент. Що ти там дивишся, блін? Пиши до свого кента. З ними можна було б посражатися, типа, ну, теж. Має сенс. По-моєму, сенсу нема. Нема сражатися. Ебать, а то душки, блять, у него просто, сука, шолом майже на 0 падає. Ладно. Я облегчу тебе страдания. Так, тут что у нас? Понятно. Вот тут что ли? Ще щось вицарапано. Тут слухай, тут пещера. Чи ні? Та вроді ні. От сука. Во, вот десь тут. По-любому. Глянь, лошадь. Причому оця. Агро. Опася. Так, окей. Це лошадь чия? Я вже забув, блядь. Слухай, це лошадь того петуха, блядь, котрого я відпустив. Якщо я не помиляюсь. Що ж таке? Так, ну там світло. По ідеї мені сюди. Тут повернемо. Хуяся, блядь. Що тут? Свинцовая пуля. Короче, по мелочам. Насправді дуже знайоме місце. Схоже. Да ну нахуй. А тут що? Ебать, нихуя не вижу, блядь. Як вы видите, блядь, в темноте, блядь?
You're no match for us, fuck. You wanna try me?
хуявом, блядь, заверещал, як сука. Хто тут був хоча б? Дайте я на вас подивлюсь. Дивно, що ще пізди мені не змогли дати. Ага, мені туди. Це що? Якщо це знову той петух, йому пізда. Блять, ну ці якісь ложки були, я думав. Якісь мощні ребята, ну. А де третій, бля? Третій кудись в текстуру уєбав. Здорово.
Have you had enough, Buret?
Mercy! For Christ's sake, mercy!
Now you'll spill everything, like in the confessional.
Ah, I'm just a pawn. It's all the Mint Master's doing. Vavak!
So calm down and talk.
Give me a moment.
Start talking now.
All right. The whole thing was Ulrich's idea. As soon as he became Sigismund's Mint Master, he got cocky and began to abuse his power. He grabbed anything he could get his hands on, took away mining rights from anyone who opposed him. Anyone who wanted to keep his station had to pay him a hefty fee. But that still wasn't enough for him. So he came to me one day with the idea that some of the royal silver might not reach the king at all.
Why did he come to you?
The citizens of Kuttenberg didn't like some blow-in turning up to replace Peter of Pisek, and they were even less happy when he started giving them trouble. He'd have a job finding any allies among them. I'm a stranger here too. I've never had it easy here either. Think what you will, but I like Vavag better than all them Rutards, Piseks, and the other stuck-up mine-owning lords.
Okay.
So you agreed to help him?
Did I have any other choice? He'd destroy me and find someone else to run the smelting works. I hate to say it, but he knew who to come to.
Wasn't he afraid of Sigismund?
Sigismund came here for the silver. He doesn't care how it gets to him, as long as it does. He trusts the Mint Master he installed, and he's got no way of knowing something's going missing along the way. Unless someone tells him.
What was his plan?
Surprisingly simple. Bribe anyone who kept records of mining and processing to cook the books. And to keep the Mint Master free of suspicion, he put me in charge of this whole operation. For a tidy pile of coin, of course. In the end, it wasn't even that hard. No one had the slightest problem with earning something on the side of the king's expense. And when somebody got cold feet, we took care of him.
Okay.
What are you doing with the stolen silver?
Stolen? Such an ugly word. I prefer diverted. Undisclosed.
Oh, whatever. What do you do with it?
It's used to mint groschen. Genuine groschen.
Genuine? I don't get it.
It's simple, really. Our coiners work with genuine coin dyes. We're producing beautiful, new, and especially clean groschen. No one can tell they're not from the Italian court.
About the evidence?
Yes?
I need some proof in my hands. Something that proves Vavak's involvement in the scheme beyond any doubt.
And I can count on you to make sure my name is never mentioned? Will you give me your word?
Так.
How much will you pay me?
How much do you want?
Так. Особо крупная взятка. Давай, крупная взятка.
You're skinning me here? But all right then. I hope you're happy and that I have nothing to fear from you. Here's the key to the chest. You'll find everything you need there. It's behind that door, in the coiner's room. The key to it is right here on the table. You'd better not talk to the coiners. They're an odd bunch.
Is that all?
Aye. Everything.
I'm sure you have something else. Don't tell me you and Vivek didn't exchange letters, for instance.
You must be the devil himself. Here it is. But I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself. I'll be on my way. I won't say it was nice to meet you, because that wouldn't be true. I hope we never see each other again.
Так. Буду рад.
I'll be happy to make sure we don't.
My God, no! Please! Now you're gonna die!
Хи-хи-хи-хи-хи. Так глянь, он мені не додав, блядь. Хуя у нього тут. А, це письмо, котре я йому дав. Все, я понял. Просто в нем сенсу ніякого не було. Ну, типа, отпустить его. Він подумав, що із цієї гри можна, блядь, просто так взяти і вийти. Ух ти. Ні, зачекай, мені більше та сторона цікава. Я що, кубик не можу взяти? Ну і ладно. Вино візьмем. Персики я дам. Ну, хоча, може, вони... Не понял. Так, ладно. Сундуки, каже. Якому саме? Блять, конечно, оце хуйово, то що я усіх свідків побивав. Ну, один у мене живий є. В принципі. Думаю, підійде. Що там далі? Бля, тут такі тунелі їбануться. Тупик. Тут игра вчить, блядь, ну, типа, того, що пленних не брать. Верніше, нікого не відпускати. Коли ти їх вбиваєш, ну, ти можеш заробити гораздо більше на їх вбивстві. Так, окей. Так он мені ключ дав від цієї двері. Що за хуйня?
Being held prisoner here. What are you doing here?
Get out of here. If the guards catch you, there'll be trouble.
You don't have to worry about the guards. I took care of them.
What about Master Buresh? He was here with them just a while ago.
Buresh is dead.
Christ almighty!
My God! Why? How could you?
I came to get evidence against Mint Master Vavak. Where can I find it?
There are some books in that chest over there, but it's locked. And only Master Buresh has the keys.
Leave that to me. I still need the genuine coin die from you. It's another piece of evidence.
Everything we do here is clean. Completely.
Except you're minting using stolen silver.
How are we to know where it comes from? It's none of our business.
We're just pawns. We're not hurting anybody.
Nobody's saying any different. Like I said, I'm here to free you. The guards are dead. You're free to leave.
Hang on. That's...
It's just the books you're after, isn't it? Well, so take them and go.
We won't tell nobody nothing. We never saw you here.
Так.
Why don't you want to leave?
We're just supposed to stay here.
And we're told not to go far. The Mint Master would be angry.
Так.
I told you, I've already taken care of the guards. They couldn't fight for shit. I didn't even break a sweat. You're free. So what are you waiting for?
Free? Like,
we can go?
without permission?
So, if he says the guards are gone...
Then we could... What do you think?
I don't know. I can't believe it.
Me neither. We're really...
Free! We're free!
Free!
Прикольно. Ты охуел, блядь, двери зачинять? Побачимо, що тут у нас. Спасательный шнапс. Заебумба. Так, що тут ще є? Чого грабять? Я оцього не розумію. І що, не буде тут ніякого крутого снаряження? Свинцовая пуля. Серьезно, только учетная книга? О, гроші. Бля, в натурі гроші. Так, окей, що тут? Вони пішли так. Так. Окей. Все, я понял. Отак я тільки не ходив. Блять, один стражник, оце то, що через текстуру провалився. Це, конечно, хуйово. Ну, то теж таке собі. Типу похуй. А, ось, блять, ключі. Сука. Блин, там якийсь кубик. З хуйов я його не можу підняти. Ну да ладно. Можна венца випити. О, меня ж алкоголь хилит, я и забыл. Что Що, півка їбанем? Бем. Да, я вот так вот пішов в обход. Да. Бабок у него, конечно, было нормально. Самый жирний тип, по суті, котрого я на даний час збивав. Ну, не рахуючи по снаряженню, типа, були такі типи, у котрих снаряга просто більше виходило. Ну, а так, тим не менее. Скільки лошадь коштує? 1200, блядь. На лошадь немає сенсу витрачатися. Так, ну в принципі, как бы все. Шо? Справи зроблені.
Воу!
Ну, в принципі, все, да. Їхати оце, конечно. Хуй зна куди. Це теж текстура. Було б прикольно, якщо б воно дійсно було затоплено. А не туманило. Цікаво, як вони відреагують на те, що я їх повбивав. Ти хто такий? Найомник. Було б охуєнно, якщо б цей... Бляха. Як же воно називається? Блядь, забув. Mountain Blade зробив от в такому стилі. В плані, типу, можна було б пересуватися по відкритому миру, можна було б стати там васалом, королем, бути найомником, блядь, вообще була пушка. І зробили... Цей. Було б охуєнно. Бля, думку теряю, пиздец. Було б охуєнно, якщо б... От по шагу цю всю штуку убрали і можна було б пересуватися от в реальному часі. От. Хоча я хуй знает, блядь. Як я б дізнався би, що на мою крепость напали, блядь, і так далі. Я б не встигав би, мабуть. Ну я б хотів би пограти в таку масштабну. Хуяся. 4200. Блять, оце мене напрягать починає, оця шляпа, блять. Так. Так, окей. Так, потрібно умитися. Трошки подлататися. Так, набор броника. Хуяся, блядь. Не, давай оцю хуйню я не буду, блядь, брать. Лагодити, нахуя. Моє тільки полагоджу. Хуяся, блядь. Портнова. Все, заебумба. Так, ну по суті один тільки живий із тих, кого по суті повинно було вбити. Вставай.
Christian?
Сучара. Спробуй тут поспать, якщо не прогонять. Щось не проганяють. А він мене прогона? Він по суті уже... Да, встав. Дякую, що розбудив. Все. Давай я рядом сяду.
I got the evidence against Mint Master Vavak.
Really? Let me see.
Here. His handwritten records of the whole scheme.
There are names, amounts paid, mines, smelting works, yields. I'll be damned. This is perfect, Henry. This could wipe him out for good. Where did you find this?
Так.
Vavak had a secret mint where coins were minted from the silver they stole. That's where he kept the books.
He obviously had it all worked out to the last detail. Remarkable. Did you have any trouble getting it?
Так.
The owner of the smelting works, Buresh, tried to stop me. I had to kill him.
Henry! You killed Master Buresh! Christ almighty! Why did you do that? Don't you know how important he was?
То був чоловік.
He attacked me. And he wasn't alone. I was outnumbered. Was I supposed to let him kill me? Christian, with all due respect, I don't know how many battles you've been in, but that's just how it goes. You don't stand gaping, you just defend yourself. You can't hold back.
I get it, I do. But this still shouldn't have happened. What's done is done. We can't take it back now. There's one more thing. Was there anyone else in that mint?
Був ще хто?
There were some coiners being held prisoner.
Jesus Christ! Held prisoner!
Vavat locked them up there to work for him.
My God! He really is an unscrupulous monster. Did you let them out?
I did, but it took some persuading. They were afraid.
Thank God for that. When you talked to them, did you see a coin die anywhere?
Так.
They gave it to me quite willingly.
I'm curious. Let me see.
Here.
What the? It's genuine! That means all the groschen minted from the silver stolen by Vivek are absolutely clean! In any case, we uncovered something big, Henry. If only you hadn't taken Master Baresh's life. He could have cooperated. We still know damn little about his involvement in the scheme.
Maybe this could help. A letter from Lord Vivek to Master Buresh.
Where did you get this? This is really the final piece of the whole story. But be that as it may, we know enough. I've been thinking it all over while you were gone. The scheme Master Ulrich Vivek von Neuhaus has been running under our nose is incredibly insolent. But it's also one of the cleverest fraudulent schemes I've ever heard of. With those books in Rittard's hands, Vivek won't remain long in his post, and it's now pretty clear who will replace him. And a side income like that could prove useful to many people, if you take my meaning.
Так.
You want to keep stealing from the king?
Oh, come on. Sigismund isn't our rightful king. The less silver he gets his paws on, the less he can pay to his Hungarian cutthroats.
Так. Блять. Okay.
You're right about that.
Now, listen. Here's the plan. Everything would stay the same. Entering false figures in the books, processing the ore in the works, a secret mint, only there would be a change in management. I'll have to find replacements for Fett and Hammond in the mines. But that shouldn't be difficult. A miner jumps at coin like a dog at a bone.
What happened to Herman and Fett?
Not long after you left, Herman disappeared. They saw him on the road to Grunt, and they found Fett on the spoil tip with a broken neck.
You think it's related?
Who knows? Maybe Herman told someone you were snooping around and that Fett talked. Things like that can get you killed.
Shit.
They're both gone, and now I have to deal with it. It'll be much harder to replace Master Buresh. I'll have to ask Ruthard and the other miners for advice. But I don't think it'll be a problem to find someone with similar abilities under the current circumstances. And I'll take care of the coiners myself. Nothing really changes for you. You can blackmail Vivek all you want, but keep your tongue tied about the whole scheme. I've got a little something here for you, as a bonus. And I'll give you something extra for the genuine coin die. All you have to do is nod.
Так.
Excellent. You won't regret it, but don't forget. You can blackmail Vivek with the evidence all you want, but leave the Path of Silver to me. Here's your secret records and copies of the books from the mines and the smelting works for comparison.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, Henry. I wish you the best of luck. Maybe we'll see each other again. And give my regards to Sir Kunzling. It'll be a great weight off his chest.
Так. От якого сундука? А від якого сундука він? Чого він мені ключ дав?
Damn it, that door's supposed to be closed. What? You're not allowed here.
You're not allowed here.
Вы чё, охуели?
Hurry up. Get out.
Окей. Хуй знает, что я натворил, блядь.
Prepare to fight. Stop! Somebody, please!
Ах ти сучара, лянь. Майже вбив.
I'm all yours.
Сучара, он меня нормально так пырнул. Ну я, конечно же, расскажу, що он там намагається зробити. Бо мені повинен цей. Мені ж потрібна його донька, правильно? Знаєш, замутить, я так понял, можна. Мені та похуй на ті гроші. Я взагалі тут тусуватися не буду, я потім з'їбуся в свою країну. Що за меч? Конечно же, блядь. Як вони заебали, ну? Блядь, со своим топовым оружием. Честное слово, ну це полный пиздец. Типа, ну, блядь, топова зброя, блядь. І постійно меня хуярят, блядь, цією хуйней. Ну, мені чогось здається, може із-за рівня. А може із-за того, що по сюжету продвинулся. Чомусь здається, далі буде ще гірше. Так, окей. Я б, мабуть, сходив би... Де я, бляха, знаходжусь? Знаходжусь. Я понял. Я тут зможу піднятися, да? По ідеї повинен. Дикие собаки. Так. Да, по ідеї я тут можу піднятися. Скільки воно коштувало? 4200? Печать-то. Потрібно було залишити як сувенір. Знав би он, що він залишиться таким хуєсосом, бля. Давай.
What can I...
Лечить. Обслужить мне потрібно.
Great.
Давай, 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 давай. Що там? Подлатали, постирали?
The best night I've had in a long time, I must say. I
Да,
certainly
вот тут
wouldn't mind
классные
if you
девки.
came. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
В той купальні, котру я зробив городською, блядь. Ну вона вообще срань. Ну, типа, ну... Дівчина вообще ні о чому. Нахуя так зробили, хуй знає. Ну да ладно. Так. Ти щось з мене купиш чи не купиш? Скільки у нього грошей? У нього дохуя по ідеї повинно бути. Нормально. Забирай крест. Так, окей. Почини меня. Так, мою зброю, я так понял, ніхто не може починити. Окей. Тоді купляй. Сука, грошей не вистачає. Та що ж з тобою? Так, я вон ту шляпу зняв, по ідеї зняв. Чекай, купцю спочатку, да? Ну глянь, гроші з'явилися, нормально. Клюв ворона. Ні, давай я тобі оцей дам. Так, купить. У нього 700. Клюв ворона однозначно. Сука, а що ще? Давай оце. Ні, давай оце. Ще торгнемося. Насправді, якби мені чомусь здається, в цьому сенсу нема. Ну, може в майбутньому колись якісь будуть більш такі масштабні інвестиції, якби. Не, звісно, прикольно, то що я в ігрі можу ні в чому собі не відмовляти. Ні в чому не відмовляти. Ну, блядь. Типу, блядь, я хуй знаю. Просто у меня зараз бабок оверго дохуя. 73 тисячі. Це прям вообще просто йобнуті гроші. У їх короля, блядь, мабуть, нема. Що у іншого, що у другого стільки грошей. Це, блядь, шкідливі звички оце. Барахольство. Так, що там ще можна продати?
I'm glad you found what you were looking for.
Заєбомба. Так, ти в нас що? 36 у нього. Прощай. Дружочек, пирожочек. Ну, єдиний варик, кстати, нормальний. Купить нормальні доспи. Ну, цьому я просто продам. Просто я зараз, скоріш за все, розміняю на ще один там мангібургський оцей доспіх. Давай, скільки в тебе? 790.
Satisfied you.
Ай. Скільки в тебе ще грошей?
I'll have a look.
133. Сука. Ладно, похуй. Ладно, нахуй. Вот оце саме, по-моєму, крутий торговець з доспехами. Якщо я не помиляюсь. Хоча хуй знає.
Sei gegrüßt, mein Herr. Sucht ihr...
Хуй знает. Типу знову, блядь, ще один такий купив. Просто щоб йому... О, а нахуя я можу оцю штуку? А у мене вона є, блядь. Сука. Що робить? У нього 800, у нього нормально грошей.
Wie schade.
Я у нього можу нормально розгрузитися. Що, знову так зробити, чи? Сука, не знаю. Ладно, там ще один є. Давай я тобі так продам. Там, по-моєму, ні, от трохи далі, там саме пиздатий торговець. Давай отак тобі і ще меч закину. І торгуватися не буду. Один меч. Забирай. Так, окей. Чо я? А.
I'm sorry.
Диви мені. Сорі йому.
God bless you, sir.
Да. Оцей самий крутий, да?
Tell me about it.
Да.
I can barely feed myself with these prices. You want to complain? Go and see the king.
Wenceslas or Sigismund?
Fuck. Welcome.
Show me your...
Да, я у нього куплю. Оцей, блядь, я не знаю.
Why are you
Зачекай, не вийобуйся.
wasting my time if you don't want?
Ти нахуй зараз
От я-
їбало получиш. За такі виєбони.
Maybe next time
Та,
then.
блядь. Во. Во.
Hola.
Так. Що? Оце куплю. І, сука, походу. Походу і це ще куплю. Знову. Блядь, я хуй знаю. Це як в мене. А, ні. Можна для разнообразия їх ще купити. Чи оці? О, оці куплю. По-моєму, вони в мене є. Чи давай оце куплю. Во. Тепер оце продать. Продавать залишки. Ціна 5000. Хуяся, блядь, ще не вистачає. Тоді нахуй ці доспіхи. Ой, рукавиці чи що там?
I'd like to discuss the
Давай. Викладу усі свої гроші.
You see? Thank you, sir. And come again.
Да. Обов'язково. Ну тепер я хоча б розгрузився. Так. Заебумо. Так-то проще. Ну оцей маленький клинок, мені чомусь здається, він небезпечніший, ніж та дворука.
Hey, what the hell are you poking around here for?
I'm Henry. Your lord's expecting me.
Ah, so you're the one. He did mention you, that's true. I'm sorry for being so harsh with you, but we were attacked recently, as you probably know. So we're a lot more cautious now with strangers hanging around.
Well, I understand. But I need to speak with Lord Ruthard as soon as possible.
Of course. Follow me. Well, we're here, but you'll have to wait a while. As you can see, Lord Ruthard has an important visitor, and it seems they haven't finished yet.
I understand.
And what now, Martin? Did you speak to Jerome Naz? Will he support us?
He won't. He lent a lot of coin to Sigismund, and now he's stuck with him.
Sakra.
He's scared. As soon as he does anything to upset him, Sigismund will denounce him as a rebel and right off the dead.
Damn it! Has all his counting groschen not left room for a grain of common sense in that head of his?
Jerome is a vain man. I'm sure he's pleased when the Hungarian king himself listens to him. He was boasting that he'll be in charge of some church talks in the Italian court. There is no way we'll change his mind.
But you've been to see other councillors too, haven't you? Have you any good news from anyone?
I've got good news for you concerning Mintmaster Vavak. I've heard about his crimes against the crown, and it's no trivial pilfering.
Are you sure the accusations are true?
I've got proof of everything.
Ha! God bless you, lad. Finally, some good news.
It seems that this young man came to brighten my day. Who do I have the honor of addressing?
Martin, this is Henry, our ally from Liechtenstein. Henry, this is Sir Martin Odorin, Lord of Rabosh, a loyal supporter of King Wenceslas, as no doubt you've already deduced.
Так.
Sir, my friend Godwin gave me a ring for you. He said you'd help me if I needed it.
Godwin? Really? Well, you choose peculiar friends.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Godwin shouldn't be giving away what isn't his. But I'll help you if need be, although not on account of that ring.
Sir Kunslin.
Shimek? What's going on?
Minmaster Vavak is heading here with an armed cohort.
Right now? So be it. This matter must be brought to an end. Shimek, place a gunner on the upper floor and a crossbowman on the stairs. Then gather whoever you can find and join us in the yard.
Certainly. Right away, sir.
Henry, We're counting mainly on you. I hope your findings are worth a dozen armed men.
100 at least, sir. You'll see.
I'll help you into your armor, Papa.
But quickly! And then go to your chambers and lock yourself in.
What? I'm going with you.
No. So go to your room. Take your precious crossbow. And if things turn out badly, shoot any of Vavart's whoresons who stick their noses through the door. If something were to happen to me, you're the next in line in our family. Don't forget that.
I love you, Papa. God Almighty, hold your protective hand above us.
Greetings, Sir Ruthard. Your gate was open, so I took the opportunity for a little visit.
No gate is closed to you, is it? The gates of hell are especially looking forward to your visit. But you're more than well aware of that, eh? Since you don't dare leave home without a horde of men-at-arms.
My men aren't here to protect me, but to enable me to keep order when needed. And today, I got the feeling that order is just what's needed. Or do you disagree, sir?
Weigh your words, sir. One might take them as threats. And be assured, we're very well prepared today for anyone who might threaten us.
Threat? A warning, more like. A friendly warning from the Royal Mint Master. Lord Ruthard, I'm offering you one last chance to surrender your mining rights to me. If we agree, neither you nor your family will have anything to fear. If not, the king will hear of the serpent you nurse in your bosom. And this time, you'll lose not only your fortress, but also your honor and status.
Enough! Do you think you can insult me in my own home? Do you imagine you could do as you please, just because you have Sigismund's favor? That can easily change when the king learns of the serpent you are nursing in your bosom, to cite your own words, sir. Only, considering what I know, you might lose a little more than your honor. Like your head, for what it's worth.
How dare you?
Henry, kindly inform the Royal Mint Master what is being said about him.
Так.
The word is you're conspiring with Buresh of Krakowitz and Foreman Fett, sir, to falsify the mining records together. In other words, you're stealing the royal silver. And what's more, taking it to a secret mint where you forge your own coin with the royal stamp. And that's a capital crime. What do you suppose Sigismund might do if... when he finds out his own mint master is robbing him? Especially when he's desperate for every last groschen.
I'd say this somewhat alters the perspective, sir. So from now on, you will leave me and my family be. Or your king will hear of your shenanigans.
Exactly. We'll see to that. Mark my words.
Are you trying to threaten the Royal Mint Master again? And with nothing but common slander? You haven't learned much since the last time.
Well, we've not had much time for that. We've been fully occupied with collecting evidence. Isn't that so, Henry?
Так.
I know about your account ledgers and the ones from Buresh. The real ones. That prove how you carried out this fraud.
You've made up those books. Or do you actually have them on you?
Of course not. Do you think we're completely stupid? We've got copies here. The original books are safely stashed away out of your reach.
Exactly. And if anything happens to us, they'll see to it that King Sigismund and the town council will hear all about Herma's Trismegistos silver skimming business.
So, do you want to chance your luck? or come to an agreement?
Captain!
Sir!
This matter is an internal affair of the Crown and my office. I'll resolve it here with these gentlemen in private.
Are you sure, sir?
Yes, damn it! Do what I say! Wait for me by the gate.
Let us step inside. Let's give the Mint Master the privacy he requests.
Gentlemen, I expect you'll keep this entire matter to yourselves. And I expect you'll be wanting something in return.
The executioner is far from here, so I'll be standing in for him today. God knows what kind of man you are. May God have mercy on my soul.
What? You can't just cut down the Royal Mint Master. Wait! We got off on the wrong foot.
I'll give you the wrong foot. Right up your ass.
You're right. I underestimated you. I made a mistake.
You certainly did, sir. A big mistake.
The only question is, how much your mistake is going to cost you.
Don't do anything rash, Kunzlin. I understand you're angry, but he could come in useful.
That's true. Intelligent people can always reach an agreement that benefits everyone, and...
You're right. I'm more than angry. Swear you leave me and my family in peace, and our mining rights will remain untouched.
You have my word. I swear it.
Good. You know what awaits you otherwise. If Martin believes you can be of use to us, I'll leave it to him. I'm not in the mood for this.
Right. You said intelligent people can come to an agreement. So let's see. We need to know what Sigismund's planning.
Spy on the king? You can't ask that of me.
It doesn't sound like you want to come to an agreement.
You can't.
We can, and we will.
This is nothing compared to the punishment you're facing for what you've done. Either you agree to this, or Sigismund learns all about it. Then you'd have to run damn far to avoid the chopping block.
Henry's right, so don't even think about double-crossing us. You've a lot more to lose than we do.
And don't forget about your oath either.
I understand. All right, I'll do as you ask.
Excellent. And now get out of my house.
Of course.
I'll take my leave too, Kunzlin. I've still got some affairs to deal with today. At least I can see our Mint Master out. I'm sure he'll be delighted to tell me many interesting things.
God go with you, Martin. I hope we'll soon meet again in more pleasant circumstances. Ha ha! Now that was a good one. The mighty Mint Master strode in like a lion, and then crawled out like a whipped dog. Oof. I can breathe a lot easier now we've got rid of that bastard. At any rate, Henry, I'll take those incriminating books. I'll hide them in a safe place, just in case he gets any ideas.
Good idea, sir. Here they are.
Thanks, Henry. You did a fine job, and I'll never forget your help.
Well, you can return the favor right away, sir. You promised to help me get into Malashov.
I did. And I'll keep that promise. There's a secret passage leading out of Malashov, and you could avail of it in the opposite direction.
A secret passage? That's a godsend. Von Burgov won't have an inkling.
He won't. It's well hidden. We didn't even know about it ourselves for a long time. Until Rosa discovered it in the fortress one day. She can best explain to you how to find it. She should be in her room. It's up the stairs. You'll see the door on your left.
All right, I'll ask her. Thank you very much, Sir Kunzlin.
Don't thank me yet. The worst of it is still ahead of you.
Так.
Nobody will be expecting me. The passageway is an advantage that works on my side. Besides, I've got my spy coat on, which makes me hard to spot. I can deal with any locks, and if I come across anyone, I'll take him out without a sound or a trace.
Well, It looks like you know what you're doing, and that you've done it before. I'll pray for your success. It would help us in more ways than you probably realize.
Так.
What do you mean, in more ways?
Isn't it obvious? We've been sitting with our arms folded until now. And where has it got us? We look helpless, and it's difficult to find allies. But if you liberate Lord Capon, right from under von Bergov's nose, the word will spread like wildfire throughout the land, and von Bergov will look like a fool, and he'll lose a strong advantage in parleying. That would help convince some of those who are hesitant about joining us in the fight against Sigismund and the Praguers.
You're right. I hadn't thought of the other consequences. And I reckon even Jobst hasn't realized. Thanks again. As soon as I speak to Rosa, I'll head out right away. I'll get Lord Capon out of Malashov if it's the last thing I do.
You've no lack of courage, son. But you shouldn't count on that alone. Be careful. And good luck. I'll at least look at the books you brought. I'm very curious about what there is on Vavak and how he did it all.
I wish you a pleasant read. There's more than enough on him in there.
Так, окей. А я можу з тобою поговорити?
How did you become a knight?
I paid for it. When Malashov was vacated, I bought that fortress. Well, first I negotiated with King Charles for permission. Then it was entered into the land register as my property, and my house became the Knights of Malashov. There were still some legal requirements surrounding it, but I won't bore you with those. But personally, I'm pleased that in the history of our house, it was me who managed to elevate it to the nobility.
You can simply buy a title? Just like that?
Definitely not just like that. But in a certain manner of speaking, you can, yes. It's not at all such an unusual practice among rich burghers nowadays. In Prague, for example, there used to be the Rokitsan burgher family, and they bought Okorsh. That's a castle 3 times bigger than Malashov. It may also happen that some commoner lends the king a lot of money, and the king doesn't have the coin to pay back the debt. So he resolves it by pledging one of his castles. Nevertheless, the old nobility, such as Vavak von Hradec, don't like it, and they despise us for it. They see us as upstarts without a proper ancient origin. But I think in a few generations, if I ever marry Rosa off, that is, it won't make any difference anymore. We'll be established among the nobility, and all these injustices will be a thing of the past. I pray that my house will endure, and that my descendants will live to see it.
Well, enjoy your well-deserved spurs. May your house endure and prosper.
Так.
What's the political situation in the city? I mean the politics of support for our side.
All in all, miserable. Bailiff Plymel is also on Sigismund's side, as is his son. He's so corrupt even Vava could envy him. And I tested the waters among the councillors, but it doesn't look good for us at the moment.
Who sits on the city council?
Wenceslas Forsucher, Jerome Naz, Franz Rosenthal, and Andrew Polner. They're from the old and rich burgher families, just like us. Martin tried to negotiate some support from them, but as you may have heard, we didn't manage to win anyone over. They either have their interests connected with Sigismund, like Naz and the others, or they just don't want to commit themselves, so they don't lose their property and status. That's the only thing you can count on them for.
Так.
But they don't sit alone on the council. What about the others?
They don't. Then there are the representatives of the guilds. But to be honest, They don't have that much power. At least not for now. Compared to the old houses, the guildmasters only quite recently acquired their positions on the council, so they probably won't risk losing them. But you're right that we might find support among them, especially by promising more council seats. The thing is, we're not yet in a position to fulfill such a promise, and they're well aware of that.
And what about Vavak? He sits on the council, and we've got him in our pocket, right?
He does, along with other representatives of the Italian court, and they'll do what he tells them. Except maybe Friedrich Kummel, but that doesn't matter. Vavak is a slimy bastard who'll sink us as soon as he gets the chance. So I'd like to count on him only when absolutely necessary, because as soon as he learns something he could exchange for a pardon from Sigismund for the crimes you've uncovered, he'll use it to untie his hands.
Thank you for filling me in on the local situation.
Well, there wasn't much positive in it. But you're welcome.
And what about the church? Couldn't it be turned around? You can see Sedlet's monastery from the city. The abbot must have some influence, doesn't he?
He does. And his relationship with the city is not the best. First of all, the abbot is burning through his property. The monastery's having financial difficulties, and all it can do is sell off its village properties. And who do you think is buying them up? The Kuttenberg burghers, first and foremost. Then there's a long-standing dispute over the manning of some churches, which goes back as far as I can remember.
Well, then how about promising the abbot support and getting him on our side? Promises cost nothing, right?
Ha ha! I see you're no newcomer to politics. But we hesitated with the abbot, and he decided to throw in his lot with Sigismund. In fact, he's given him accommodation, and is wining and dining him.
It's not like he had a lot of choice.
Oh, he did. A lot is permitted by the law of the church, even refusing access to a monarch.
I reckon you're right, Sir Kinslin.
Okay.
I'm glad we took care of Vavak without resorting to weapons. They outnumbered us, and they had heavy armor. I'm not really sure we could have held out against them.
If the worst came to the worst, we'd have had to try. We couldn't have backed out. There was too much at stake. But otherwise, I agree with you. We saved the lives of my soldiers, and maybe even our own. Thank goodness for that. After all, I've already fought my hardest battle, and don't need any more like that.
If I may be so bold, can I ask what the hardest battle you mentioned was?
Not long ago, when Sigismund's army besieged Kuttenberg. Back then, I saw things differently than I do today. I'd been advocating parleying instead of armed resistance. I feared, and rightly so, that Sigismund would use it as an excuse to seize property. But I was in the minority, and even my son Venser was convinced of the opposite. We quarreled a lot over that. In the end, he told me that even though I had acquired noble status, my days of glory had faded. He wanted to prove the Knights of Malashov didn't wear spurs just for show, and that we'd earned the armored arm in our crest. When an opportunity arose to strike against the enemy, he rode out, despite me forbidding it. Or maybe because of it.
What happened next?
More importantly, what happened before? Some French knight appeared from God knows where. He said he was a renowned military leader and a personal friend of King Wenceslas, and that it was his sacred duty to defend the city. I no longer know why or how, but he was appointed commander of the city's defense. One of the first things he did was attack the huge trebuchets that were ruining our fortifications. It seems they were poorly defended, and when the Frenchman was putting together a cavalry unit to counterattack, my Venser joined. Only it was a trap. The oldest and most primitive trick. And our renowned French knight let himself get taken in. Of course, Sigismund, or whoever was in command, didn't leave his precious trebuchets unprotected. He had his own cavalry in reserve. When I learned where Venza had gone, I gathered my men and went to his aid. But when we arrived, it was all over. And there was nothing left for us to do but to collect the bodies of the fallen. Venza among them. So, you heard it. My hardest battle was the one in which I didn't even raise my weapon. But I won't make the same mistake a second time. It won't bring Venza back to me. But I'll defend what he tried to defend to my last breath. Our estates, our honor, and above all, our Rosa. God be with you.
Понятно. Так, ну... Це її кімната, да? Де вона? А, ось вона. Потрібно засейвитися, тому... Зараз спробуємо надухариться. Тут можно и сильного льва въебать, да? Сильный лев. А, у меня и так максимального левела. Окей. А по идее, ну цього достатньо було, да?
Your father sent me.
So I can tell you how to get to our fortress. A task for the lowest lackey, wouldn't you say? Well, you don't need to answer that.
Right, yeah. That's exactly why he sent me. But how...
What are you staring at? Do you think I was born yesterday? I was listening to you from the top of the stairs. So, this passage, it leads to the cellars, but the outside entrance is hidden underground in a forest, not far from the castle. You can find the exact place if you know where and how to look.
Is it in a cave hidden behind a waterfall?
Well, no. But it would be nice. Listen, nearby Malashov is a stud farm managed by Hashtal, an old friend of Papa's. We had a wayside shrine set up at the crossroads before the stud farm.
Sure. I won't miss it.
Wait, though. We haven't got to the hard part yet. From the shrine, you should be able to see a group of boulders. Beyond them are the remains of an old chapel. You have to find it, and then there's a kind of... how can I describe it? A window. A gap you can look through.
If it's still standing.
I hope so too. Anyway, it should direct you towards some ruins. Go there. And now pay attention. Somewhere in those ruins is a stone cross. You have to find it and look where its top points to. If you go the way the cross is pointing, you'll find another one, and again follow the direction it's pointing in. That should lead you to a small clearing, marked by a cross in the rocks. You dig there, and you should get to the passageway.
Так.
That's a really cunning solution. No random fool would ever find it.
That was exactly my intention when I thought it up. Thanks, Henry. I think you're no fool, so you shouldn't have any trouble. And that's not all. Getting into the castle is the easy part. Don't forget, you have to get out too.
You're right. Horses will be needed. For me and for Capon.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Fortunately, I know how to arrange that. Stop off at the stud farm I told you about and ask Hashtal for horses.
Так.
Where's the catch?
No catch. On the contrary, please tell Hashtal that Papa is still paying for masses for his dead father, as agreed years ago. And even if he's not too keen, tell him we'll pay him for the horses.
You got it well figured out. Thanks. Don't know how I'd manage without you.
You've done plenty to help, and now it's our turn. Papa said something like that, didn't he? You know, you might not be aware of it, but you saved us from a mountain of trouble. Papa would never admit it, but alone, we wouldn't be able to resist the Mint Master for long. You've earned the right to the gratitude and friendship of our house for all time.
Пойдем со мной.
Would you like to come with me? At least I'll be sure to find that place.
Would you seriously want me there? What if something were to go wrong? Wouldn't a girl like me be more of a burden to you?
Ты не обуза.
Well, you wouldn't be a burden to me. Quite the opposite. I've already seen you know how to take care of yourself.
Thank you. But I can't go nevertheless. Papa would jump out of his skin if he even heard of such a thing. That's why I would like to ask you for one favor, but you mustn't breathe a word of it to anyone. Understand?
Я честный христианин.
I'm listening.
I wanted to ask you, since you're going to be at Malashov, if you could bring me something from there.
And what might that be?
A book. It has great value to me, and I was starting to worry it would stay there forever. But if you're going there now...
And what book is this that's so important?
It's hard to explain to someone uninitiated in the mysteries of writing.
What do you mean, uninitiated? I happen to know how to read.
Really? Mea culpa. You are full of surprises, so if you do find the book, you'll be able to read it.
Well, yeah. That's the way it goes with books.
In that case, I'm not going to make it easy for you. If you'd like to know why it's so important to me, you'll have to find it first.
Fear not, my lady. I'll gladly tear the entire fortress apart to find that book for you.
Restraint, valiant knight. I value your determination, but this way would give yourself away immediately, and I'd remain without my book. Find it nice and quietly, then come back.
Your wish is my command.
It shouldn't be hard. The book is bound in scarlet leather and inlaid with gold. You won't find many like such there. And take this, so you don't get lost in the fortress.
Thank you.
It is quite possible you won't get back to Malashov again. So don't forget about me. And Henry, be careful.
Опася. А поподкатывать и до неї не можна, да?
Oh, and about that secret passage to Malashov. How did you find that secret passageway back then?
I'm glad you ask, because it's a really interesting story. It all started when I was 12. One morning, I found a bat nailed to the Malashov gate. Peculiar, eh?
Not really. Bats are creatures of the night. They flit around while good Christians are asleep, often carrying out the will of witches, or even the devil himself. But a bat nailed up actually repels all evil, and protects the house against sickness.
Well now, I have to admire your knowledge. That's exactly what the chambermaid told me too. The thing that I was most interested in was where they got that bat. You know, I was awfully inquisitive back then. Embroidery wasn't exactly my passion, and Papa forbade me from riding out into the woods, so at least I explored the fortress from top to bottom.
I know all about that. Not that I ever embroidered, but Pa never let me stray too far from home.
Parents have no understanding for the adventurous soul, do they? But back to the bats. I found out from the guards that they caught the poor creatures somewhere in the cellars. So I went to have a look there and found a whole swarm of them. I followed them for a while, and I noticed that in one corner they simply disappeared into a wall. Strange, isn't it? I was full of curiosity, and I talked Papa into having the wall demolished. I remember there was even a priest there at the time, and he wasn't at all happy about it. He was afraid we'd dig into hell. But as you probably guessed, there was nothing behind the wall but a passageway leading off into darkness.
В пещеру Бетмена, блядь. Пиздец. Пересказує, блядь, якийсь фільм в натурі про Бетмена.
My word, you're right. That is a really good story. And I didn't expect that ending at all. You're really sharp. And hard-headed when you latch onto something. Well, that's something I admire.
Hard-headed? Aren't you a bit impertinent? I'd rather say determined.
Настойчиво.
Have you ever used the passage?
No, it's never been needed, thank God. But everything is ready there. There's a strong door and a ladder that we can pull up behind us. That ought to give us enough time to get to the end and dig our way out.
Why did your people mark the passage from outside?
Papa came up with that. He said one never knows what might happen, so I thought up the idea with the crosses. Why do you ask anyway? Would you rather search all over the woods for it?
No. It's really smart. And very convenient for me. Thanks again. Sorry, I've got a bit lost in all this. How did you say I can find that passageway?
I've told you already, haven't I? Have you really forgotten? Or do you just enjoy talking to me so much? At the crossroads near Hushtal's stud farm is a wayside shrine. Nearby is a group of boulders by the road. Behind them, you'll find another chapel, an old one. When you look through the gap in it, you'll see ruins on the hill opposite. Go there and look for a stone cross. Go in the direction that the top of the cross is pointing until you find another cross. Again, carry on the way that the cross is pointing, and you should come to a small clearing, where there's a cross in the stones or something like that. I can't recall exactly.
Sure. And there I start digging. Got it. Thanks.
And don't forget to take a torch. It'll be dark in the passageway, obviously.
Да. Бля, шо их? Обносить чи не обносить? Ладно, потім обнесу. Я думаю, в принципі, можна на цьому закінчити. Завтра вже підемо. Завтра вже підемо в цей... в кріпость. Да. Интересное место. Развалины. Конечно же, оно, сука, не помечено. Ну и похуй. Ну вот, придорожная часовня. Короче, в развалины, я так понял, мені сюди йти. Ну и ладно. А тут що? У меня, кстати, такие же перчатки есть. Да, у меня ж такі же. Типа, по идее, да. В носу ковыряется. Ну ладно, шо, ребятки. Усім пока. Завтра будем пробираться в крепость. Шо? До завтра. Па-па.